Animation has become a trend nowadays. You can watch it anywhere and anytime, from streaming services to YouTube. Its abundance is helping artists to pursue their careers, their dream projects, or even their hobbies. Hello there, fellow enthusiasts, and welcome to the Scribble Media, where we talk about comics, anime, and everything under the sun. Today we'll talk about our animation process, from concept to the final animated video. I'm your host for today, so let's get on with it. Boom! Animation can be tedious. It's time-consuming, and it can be exhilarating. Before we start with the process, we'll understand first what animation is. Animation is the art of making pictures or images move. It's a sequence of images that appears to be moving in a fluid motion. It can be in 2D or 3D. Now you may ask what the D stands for.
That's what she said!
It stands for dimensional. In animation or illustration, two-dimensional situates on the X and Y axis. The X-axis is the horizontal plane, and the Y-axis is the vertical plane. Think of X and Y-axis as the canvas or the paper you drew on, while three-dimensional has an additional axis, the Z-axis. It is an independent variable that will show the depth of the object. That will make the illustration or animation in 3D. If that doesn't make your nose bleed, I don't know what does. Groovy. Now here is the fun part, the animation process. Every time we start with an animation project from a client or our personal projects, we start with the concept and the story. After that has been initialized, we work on the storyboards, character designs, concept art, and the animatic video. This is what we call the pre-production stage. It is the planning and staging before production starts. Storyboards are kind of like comic panels that direct the camera and the motion and action of the animation. It will include the scene, the characters, the backgrounds, the lighting, and also the camera angles. Character designs are basically the reference art of each of the characters that will be appearing on the animated video. It will have a complete turnaround, which includes the front view, side views, and back view for animators to refer on. Some designs will also include their facial expressions and body gestures to completely immerse artists the role of each character. Concept art usually conveys scenery or action that is important to the animation. It can also inspire the mood of the story. Groovy. And finally, the animatic video. Put together the storyboard, character designs, and concept into a rough animated video. It's basically the rough animation that determines the timing, runtime, process, and scheduling of the animation. After we're finished with the pre-production, we move on to the nitty-gritty part. The production itself. This is where we animate the cuts and scenes of the animated video. We divide the tasks from keyframes, in-betweens, to colors and backgrounds. Keyframes are the start and end frame of an action. They're the most important frame that will make or break your animation, while in-betweens are frames between keyframes. These frames will smoothen the motion of animation. And most traditional animation have 24 frames per second, so that would be 24 illustrations in 1 second. Colors is where we will apply the color on each of the frame. And the background is the art that will be behind each animation cuts that will depict the scene. And most animation have painted style backgrounds. Now when the production is done, all the cuts, scenes and backgrounds will be composited and edited on the post-production stage. This is where all the magic happens.
The swish and flick. Everyone? The swish and flick.
All the visual effects, the sound, voiceovers will be added and edited into the final piece. The final animated video will solely depend on the stage of the production. And the final product is what will make the studio be recognizable as professional or not. Boom! If you have any questions about the content, you can comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next video. Ayumu.